4 p.m. East African time. It's my hope that your day is coming up well, right on time. For news now, here are the highlights. Top on news. Activist Rose Jerei charged with cybercrime and interference with Parliament system as she is arraigned in court following her arrest. And drama at the Milimani Law Courts following the arrest of Trans Nzoia County government officials who were attending the case of Governor George Natembeya. Also, 2 bodies have been found dumped in Mogotio in the border of Nakuru and Baringo County. This is TV47's News Now. My name is Linda Alela. Straight to it, the families of Simon Yego, a Probox PSV operator, and Kipia Teach, 22 years, are grieving in pain after the tortured bodies of the 2 were abducted in Elgeyo Marakwet County by people unknown, and of course using an ambulance, were found dumped in Rungai at the border of Nakuru and Baringo counties. Well, Simon Yego, who had a female passenger at the time of his abduction and who was released, says they were interrogated about the death of Father Alois Bet. And of course, the bodies of the 2 who went missing on Friday have evidence of the torture marks with both their hands chopped. The management of the Nakuru County mortuary says that the bodies were brought in on Sunday.
Vijana wetu waliweza kuwa abducted. Tumewatafuta na mwishowe we have ended up in the mortuary. So tuko na huzuni sana. Wale wali abduct wandugu zetu ni watu wa serikali ambaye wanatumia ambulance. Moja Kibiatich alitolewa kwa kitanda, Tot Health Center, alikuwa ameenda treatment ya malaria, akatolewa kwa kitanda. Wa pili Simon Yego Chacha alikuwa kwa biashara yake, akasimamishwa kwa gari yake na akachukuliwa that Friday. Tumepata hawa watu kwa mortuary hapa, wako na alama ya torture, wameteswa sana, na to make matters worse, wamekata mikono. They have no arms. The hands have been cut. Hapa kwa wrist wote wawili. Kuna one passenger alikuwa kwa hiyo gari. Huyo ndio alikuja kutupatia hiyo report kwamba jamaa amechukuliwa. Huyo msichana anasema aliulizwa, do you know the people who killed the priest who was killed? Huyo akasema hapana.
We were given the opportunity ya kufeel your meal and we identified kwamba ni hao watu wetu. We are really saddened kama familia, and we really hope something will need to be done because Keriofale is bleeding seriously.
Sasa watu wakikatwa hivi ya kinyama, haki inapatikana? Hiyo tena swali yetu kwa serikali. Tunataka tu uchunguzi ifanywe na sisi kama familia tu.
Elsewhere, activist and software developer Rose Jerei has been released on a bond of 100,000 Kenya shillings pending the hearing of her cybercrime case on June the 20th. Jerei, who had been detained at Pangani police station, is charged with unauthorized interference with computer systems after creating a website that enabled Kenyans to submit objections to the proposed 2025 finance bill. Now, Jerei's arrest has sparked widespread outrage of both online and offline, with activists, lawyers and ordinary citizens demanding her immediate release. The Law Society of Kenya LSK President Faith Odhiambo equally condemned the opaque handling of her custody. Jerei was represented in court by a high-profile legal team led by former Chief Justice David Maraga. The presidents of the Milimani Anti-Corruption Court in Nairobi on Tuesday were treated to dramatic events occasioned by the arrest of 3 employees of Trans Nzoia County and aides to Governor George Natembeya, who had gone to attend the court hearing of the county boss. It is reported that officers from the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission (EACC) stationed at the court on Tuesday arrested the 3, among them Governor Natembeya's communication director, who had accompanied him during the mention of his 3 million graft case. Now, the arrests occurred shortly after Governor Natembeya exited the court premises, surrounded by a crowd of his supporters. And the incident sparked immediate protests from a group of lawyers and political leaders, including Wiper Party leader Kalonzo Musyoka, former Cabinet Secretary Eugene Wamalwa, Senator Dan Manzo, and prominent lawyer Ndegwa Njiro.
Have open conversation about the state of governance in our country, and just attempting to have a conversation about Finance Bill 2025. There's nothing criminal about it. She has been apprehended and we don't know where she is.
We've seen what has happened today, a prosecution that has no evidence, that is set on a fishing expedition, that did a lot of drama raiding Governor Natembeya's homes in Kitale, in Nairobi, in Rongai. They brought him here and they have no evidence. They are now harassing anyone, whether family, whether politically associated, whether working with Governor Natembeya. We have seen them harassing people here who travel all the way. We are saying this harassment must stop.
I'm not happy with what is happening in the Republic of Kenya, especially with unlawful arrests, victimization, intimidations, harassments that are occurring now and then. This is our country.
All right, still in the corridors of justice, Kiambu High Court Deputy Registrar Jacqueline Karani has today dismissed the application for postponing the hearing of the murder case of Meru County blogger Daniel Muthiani, commonly known as Sniper. Now, prosecution lawyers say they have some documents that they are yet to be served with. That is after an investigative piece was done by TV47 last night. Vincent Kirimi, commonly known as Supu, Kenneth Murangari, commonly known as Tali, Boniface Ikidinji, commonly known as DJ Kabom, and Christus Manyara, as well as Brian Wenda, are the prime suspects in the murder of Meru blogger Daniel Muthiani, who was popularly known as a Sniper, who reportedly went missing on December the 2nd, 2023, and his body was discovered dumped in Mutonga River, that is in the Rakaniri County, on December the 16th, 2023. The autopsy report showed he died of strangulation.
It just has to balance. From the 4th of when was this? February this year. We are now in June. And if it wasn't for the judge being sick, today the matter was going to be heard, and it has 3 days for hearing. I've not seen any letter from your side, Mr. Musyoka, any letter from your side, Mr. Mutuma, alleging that this matter has 3 days set for hearing. We do not wish to waste judicial time. We are writing to complain that we have not been supplied with all the prosecution documents. You're waiting to raise it on the day for hearing. Honestly, from where I am sitting, that does not sound very well.
President William Ruto has announced that 20% of all affordable housing program units will be reserved for Kenya's disciplined forces. That is the KDF, National Police Service, Kenya Prison Service, and the National Youth Service. And according to the head of state, these officers will benefit from single-digit interest rates as low as 3% for social housing. Currently, that is 2,300 police and prison units are under construction across 15 counties, with procurement for an additional 17,000 police units underway. For KDF, 3,000 units are being built, 10,000 more signed for June, and of course commencement, and other 10,000 planned. Overall, 60,000 units are under construction in Nairobi out of 150,000 nationally.
This project was born of an innovative memorandum of understanding between the Central Bank of Kenya and the National Police Service. Under this arrangement, CBK leased 4.1 acres of land from the National Police Service for 60 years to build this housing complex. In return, CBK committed to constructing the National Police Leadership Academy in Ngong, Kajiado County, a facility I had the honor of commissioning in December 2022 and which is now fully operational, training senior police officers.
This housing structure that you're opening today is giving dignity to the police force. People who we expect, they take care of our lives, they protect us, but we've never accorded them the kind of dignity that they deserve for the work that they do. I want to really congratulate the CBK and the whole fraternity of Treasury for giving back dignity.
All right, we hit the fields and title hopefuls. Kenya Police are just one win away from winning their first ever FKF Premier League title. The law enforcers have 2 games to spare, which includes a tight encounter against Shabana and a date with the defending champions Gor Mahia in the final game of the season. Kenya Police currently lead the standings with 61 points, 6 points ahead of rivals Gor Mahia and Tusker FC. This comes after Kogalo were forced to settle for a 1-1 draw against AFC Leopards. That is in a mouth-watering Mashemeji derby encounter that is played at the Raila Odinga Stadium in Homa Bay County.
He played a very good game, very tactical, especially in the second half when they equalized. They slowed down everything and I think my boys got frustrated, which is not good for football. If they waste time, you need to step up. You don't need to be frustrated.
Let me say it was two half game, because you see, if we look at it, the first half got ahead the advantage. They played so well. They were so aggressive in the midfield. And then we had to go in the dressing room and change how we normally used to play, because our strength is possessing the ball. And then playing wide, that's where our strength is. And so I told the boys, go back, don't panic, just play a normal soccer, then things will work out.
And the quarterfinals of this year's edition of the French Open tennis tournament, Roland Garros, are set to officially begin. That is later today, with defending champion Carlos Alcaraz taking on Tommy Paul of the USA. Now, the other quarterfinal encounters will see 3-time French All right, thank you so much for keeping me company. More coming your way later on our subsequent bulletins. But for now, we wrap up the news now. My name is Alela. Do have yourself a lovely evening ahead.